So this is a terrible situation because once truth breaks down in any country, then the country itself starts to slide because you've got to have a realistic basis of what is real and what is not. Now, I'm going to give you two vivid examples. These are small ball. These are not important examples, but they're so in your face that I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, the first one is last night on the Colbert program with CNN host Don Lemon. Go.
The word on the street is that you guys aren't allowed to be liberal anymore. Is that the case?
I don't think we ever were liberal.
What?
Yes, I don't think we ever were liberal.
Not me saying that. That's the people out there saying that he's not letting you be liberal anymore.
Well, listen, I think what Chris is saying is that he wants Republicans, sensible Republicans. He wants us to hold people to account, but he wants people to come on and feel comfortable with coming on and talking on CNN and appearing on CNN.
All right, so the guy just says, I don't think we were ever liberal. And that's just, not even close. It's not debatable. The reason that CNN has destroyed itself is because it went to the far left progressive movement and combined that with trying to destroy Donald Trump. And you can't have two cable networks doing the same thing, MSNBC and CNN, because the audience splits and there aren't enough people. And that's what happened. And so they brought in this guy, Chris, that's who he's referring to, Licht, to stop the liberal bent, which he hasn't done, by the way, but to moderate it a little bit. And he has moderated a little, a smidgen, as they say, but not much. So Lemon, he sits there and he just says, well, it's never been liberal. Now, Lemon may believe that, but he's delusional. You see, that's not something that's debatable. It's overwhelmingly false, what Lemon just said. Okay, example number two comes from MSNBC about the border. Go.
You know, we should not be perpetuating a conversation about a crisis that is a human drama, but that this United States is not being overrun, flooded by uncontrollable situations on the border. That's not happening in terms of tens of thousands of people trying to get, no.
I do want to endorse Maria's point absolutely about the fear mongering. There is no crisis at the border.
Okay, so again, delusional. I mean, the pictures, the stats, more than 5 million encounters with migrants since Joe Biden was inaugurated, and perhaps 1 million or 2 more that have gotten in without any encounters. People in El Paso and Brownsville, Texas, and there's a state of emergency in the state of Texas. I mean, it's just, and you got these people, and that's NBC. That's Comcast, NBC. They don't care. They know it's false, and there's nobody going to call them on it, but it wouldn't matter. You could go stat after stat after stat after stat after stat, and these people are not going to acknowledge the truth because they have their truth, whatever that may be. Now, the danger here is, number one, cynicism. And Americans have now become so cynical about the media and politicians that, you know, how do you know a politician's lying when his lips are moving, right? I mean, we've all heard that. But also a lack of respect for our institutions, like the criminal justice system. All right, how can you respect a system that fosters lying, perjury, that won't punish it? You can't. I don't have any respect for the justice system in this country, none. Zero. Federal, state, local, I have zero respect for it. It's fallen apart. It's collapsed. And the media I have even less respect for, as you know. That's why we do this independent broadcast, which is basically an honest portrayal of what happens in this country based on facts, provable facts. That's what we do. But again, I don't see any counter to this. It's not going to happen in the grade schools or the high schools or college or journalism schools, or it's not going to happen. There are some honest people around, but they're not in the majority any longer. certainly in corporate America, they are not in the majority. They will mislead you all day long for money. Okay, that's what you just saw. These people do that for money. Lemon and the other two, I mean, they say what they think the audience wants to hear for money. That's what they do. But again, it all comes back down to people believe what they want to believe. And if you are in that category, and I hope you are not, okay, then it's going to come get you. All right, if you are believing falsehoods, if you are living in a fantasy world, if you are indeed delusional, it's going to catch up. Life will catch up to you. So it's an important talking points memo tonight. It affects every single one of us. Right now, I put our media on the par with the Russian media, Putin. Whatever Putin tells the Russian media to do, it does. You can't get reliable information. You cannot get reliable information from the corporate media in this country anymore. And that's a memo.